Hi, and welcome back to Circles Theory. This is the Friday update on how the writing of the book is going. My book, Circles, the Myth of Society, is a dissection of existential Campbellian and Jungian themes and the adaptation to social work, which is a bunch of fancy words to say, I am really curious how groups, cultures, and systems come to develop through a philosophical and functional framework. There's a lot of different ideas that are there, and please stick around as I go through my maddening attempt at writing a book. Please stick around. I would love the support, discussion, anything. You can subscribe or just leave a comment, share a video, check out the other videos on the channel. It'd be greatly appreciated. So today, specifically, I want to talk about how the book is going because it's been an insane ordeal. And it's this process I never really expected. So recently, if you've been watching the channel, you know that I have finished Rollo May's book, The Courage to Create, which is perhaps one of the best existential works I have ever read, specifically in its application to psychotherapy. I am doing a series on that right now. I left the intro earlier this week, and every Tuesday those will be coming out. I highly suggest checking them. I found myself after reading that book with more notes than I knew what to do with. So I typed them all up, I integrated them into the book, and it turned out to be an entire chapter. Then I spent one night smoking a bit more than I should and spending the entire evening trying to rearrange and integrate those ideas into my work. It's crazy how powerful and long that takes. And so as I slowly molded this and crafted it into my work, I found this blending, which was a fascinating process. I'm sure anyone who's wrote a long work can relate to that. That this moment in which ideas are culminating is both infuriating and insightful. It's so hard to make those gears click. And I found these parts that just feel so chunky and empty afterwards. This probably took 4 or 5 hours of nonstop editing to do, probably maybe 6 or 7. But with that, it's slowly kind of blended, and now things feel more directive. In me starting to put this together and doing a lot of editing, I found that I went from 30-something pages to about 50 in the matter of a few hours, and then over the course of the week, back down to about 35. And so it's been a lot of copy and cut and shift and change. And I think there's one lesson that I learned here more than anything else, which is if you are going to attempt to write a book, make sure it's one that you want to read. And I've heard people say simpler things, right? They say, make the video game you want to play or build the thing that you would want to use. And I discovered why that is. Write a book you want to read because you're going to read it a lot. I have read the first chapter at this point a countless number of times. I've never read something so many times, over and over, combing through and through. So if it's not something that you enjoy reading, it's not worth doing. At least that's what I'm coming to learn. So I'm interested in, and I think where I go next, after doing all of that this week, I got left with this feeling of almost emptiness. I'm not really sure where exactly to go next. And so I found myself really needing a moment to pause and go, what information do I need to integrate next? This resulted in me hopping on Thrift Books, which is hands down the best place to order used books, by the way. I don't know why I used to buy my books on Amazon. I could get them so much cheaper on Thrift Books, but regardless, I got on there and ordered myself some more works. And so I'm interested to start breaking those down and dissecting them. I will probably go over them on the channel. Some of those seem to be, so I ordered some Frankl, which I'm very excited to reach Frankl. Interesting story of an existential psychotherapeutic thinker who survived the Holocaust. There's, of course, some Joseph Campbell. And a few different important thinkers that I think will help form my ideas moving forward. So keep reading, keep writing. Please, if you enjoyed any of this, stick around, subscribe, check out another video, hop on the channel. There's different videos coming out Monday through Friday in which I am dissecting philosophical themes in a variety of realms ranging from media to mythology and film. So hop on, share, take a look, leave a comment. Let's have a discussion. I love talking about these different ideas. So happy writing. See you next week.